What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea, and welcome to another opposition analysis, joined again by Freddie from the Ugly Inside. Obviously, saw him at the weekend when we won 3-2. How are you, mate? You good?
I'm all right, yeah. Do you know, a lot of us have been asking a simple question, FA Cup or Premier League, and I'm looking forward to the FA Cup this Sunday.
It's a welcome distraction, isn't it? I think everyone loves a day out at Wembley. You can't go wrong, but obviously... Yeah, I like I said, so many people know I do live here. It's not great on a match day. That's the way it's not on a match day. But on a match day, it completely changes. It's absolutely magical to be around here. But let's get straight into it. Obviously, a day out at Wembley, semi-finals of the FA Cup. If I said to you now, you know, this is how your season would have gone. You'd be fighting for relegation, but you'd be having days out at Wembley, potentially to 2 games or 180 minutes away, potentially, from having your hands on a trophy. Would you take that, or would you take Premier League survival?
At the beginning of the season, you would have said Premier League survival, 100%. But as Saints fans, we absolutely crave success and we crave trophies. We are still clinging on to one trophy, that is the FA Cup that we won over 40 years ago, 1976. We've not won anything since. Only a tin pot, the JPT back in 2010. That was a great day out as well, but as you say, yeah, we're looking forward to a day out, and I think that's mainly what it's going to be on Sunday, because we've still got thousands of empty seats left in our stands, because people are deciding not to go because of the poor season, you know, the performances on the pitch, the price of the tickets as well was excruciatingly high, so we're going to have empty seats, and it's the only, you know, we're going to have probably 2/3 of our allocation in that end, and it's, you know, really disappointing, really disheartening as well, because any other occasion, if it hadn't been so poor season, we would have sold out that 100%.
Yeah, I mean, that is quite sad. I mean, it does say a lot about modern football as well. Obviously, prices being so ridiculously high. I mean, we were talking about it the other day. I mean, our prices aren't exactly low either, but it is something ridiculous about it. But I mean, surely, what does that say about how Southampton's season has gone? Is it... Because if you look at the squad that you have on paper, it is easily a mid-table team. You know, Claude Puel, despite his maybe anti-football approach, many people or many of your fans have said, you know, he did get you a very high finish, and then obviously had Koeman before that as well, Mauricio Pochettino as well. You know, what's happened?
As you say, we've got a really good squad on paper, but as you know, games aren't won on paper. You know, before the start of the season, you think of it, you look at it, we've got some excellent talent in that side, easily, comfortably top half finish, but we've made some monumental errors this season in not replacing Puel, you know, sufficiently enough with somebody that knows the league. We've gone for a European gamble again. Nobody sort of knows the Premier League, and the trouble is with Pellegrino, it was always going to be, you know, like a breaking in process. He was never really going to find his feet immediately because he doesn't know the league, and that's why we drew so many games. The damage has already been done since the beginning of the season. Where we are now is a calamity, and we need a miracle, I think, if we need to stay up. But FA Cup is, to say, yeah, welcome distraction. On paper, we've got an excellent squad, but it hasn't been utilised properly.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I mean, you have got a European Cup winner in that squad as well. You've got 2. You've got one who's won it with us, and Ryan Bertrand at club level, and obviously Cedric won it as part of the 2016 Euros team. So obviously you have got players with excellent capabilities in that squad. But let's go into that squad then. Your starting 11, what is it going to be? Who have we got to watch out for on Sunday?
Well, Mark Hughes said he is likely to make some changes to freshen up the squad. He said that in his press conference today, and I think it does need a little bit refreshing. Thursday was the same squad that started against Chelsea, a 5-4-1, and we were just far too defensive. We didn't take any risks at all. We had no ideas going forward. Had Shane Long on his own, isolated. The commentary were obsessed about Shane Long and Charlie Austin. I expect Charlie Austin to come back into the 11 just to have that goal threat. And maybe Shane Long might go out to a wide position whilst we're defending. I reckon it'll be more or less the same, maybe 1 or 2 changes from Thursday, and also from the same squad that played against you guys last Saturday.
I mean, we were talking about Charlie Austin earlier. You know, you're saying Mark Hughes says you reckon he's not going to come back in. Massive threat. So Charlie Austin, Ryan Bertrand, He hasn't been great season, but I'll put Cedric in that category as well. Now, those three players that were chased after by so many clubs in the last summer, chased after in January. If you survive the Premier League, or even if you go down as well, can you see them staying?
Of those three, I can only see Charlie Austin staying. Beyond that, you can easily name off 10, 12 players that will go out the door immediately. It will be a fire sale of the greatest proportions like you've never seen before at Southampton. Like it happens nearly every other summer that we see a handful of players leave for bigger clubs, but this would be on the grandest stage of them all. Would have probably £200 million worth of it to play around with the Championship. You know, straight off the bat, you can say Cedric will leave. I think Ryan Bertrand will leave. Lamina, Hoot, Boufal, Carrillo. That's 6 right there. Those are all our top. You know, Carrillo, Boufal, Lamina, Hoot, our 4 top signings. I reckon they'll all leave easily.
And that's a massive thing. I mean, let's focus on the FA Cup though. I keep going off topic. I'm sorry, keep doing it. But I mean, can you see them stepping up on Sunday?
I hope so. You know, you never know in the FA Cup. As you say, it's a romantic tournament. Anything can happen. You know what? When Saints took their place in the semi-final when they beat Wigan, Saints were already installed at 14-1. I put a couple of quid in it. Why not? You know. Your heart is head versus heart. You know, your head will think we're going to get hammered again. You know, and I think that's probably the realistic outcome. But your heart says, "Come on, Saints. You know, give it your all." And why not reach an FA Cup final? Anything can happen. The underdogs. It's been the story of the underdog. You know, in the FA Cup ever since the start of the inception of the tournament. Yeah.
I completely agree. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But we've said Charlie Austin's going to be a danger man. We've said there's going to be some players that you think Southampton can give it all. But the final thing, score prediction, please, Freddie.
Do you know what? I absolutely loved your prediction on our preview. 2-2 into extra time, mate. Our hearts will be in our mouths. You know, we were so anxious on Thursday night. I'm not sure we can take any more of it considering the season so far. I just want a Saints win, mate. I want us to replicate that first 60 minutes like we did against you at St Mary's last weekend and just see off the game. That's what we've had. If we go 1-0 ahead, 10, 11 men, get anybody on the pitch, get all the stands in the pitch, just block that goal and see off the win. I think realistically it'll probably be, both teams to score. I think probably realistically head versus heart. Head says Chelsea 2-1. Heart says, come on, Saints. Let's steal it 1-0.
Sound. All right, then. Well, guys, that is Freddie's score prediction from the Ugly Inside. Let us know your score predictions down in the comments section below. Also, make sure you head across to the Ugly Inside and check out my opposition preview ahead of the game. I went with a cheeky 2-2 with a bit of extra time, like Freddie's saying. If there's no Charlie Austin, I went 2-1. Let us know what you think down there. Make sure to cross there. Hit the notification bell to make sure you know when these videos go live, because YouTube is being very difficult at the minute with our algorithm. So we need to make sure that changes and we can get our stuff out there. Make sure you check all our socials. Head across to the Ugly Inside. Check out my socials as well. Freddie, thank you so much for coming on, mate.
No problem, mate. We'll catch up Sunday.
Definitely. We'll have a pint maybe before the game. Yeah. Sweet, guys. Take care. And we'll see you soon.